Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike. Today we're going to talk about New York Comic Con NYCC 2025 and quick updates on some stuff. I'm going to talk about some toy lines, give some updates on it, and kind of the meat and potatoes of what's going on there. And then a lot more when we get into the news. Consider this a little bit of foreplay for the Sunday news, but there's of course a lot coming out of it. It's a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of stuff we already knew about, but pictures of actual product. So we are going to get into looking at all of that. We'll be talking about all these fun things. There's going to be some Masters Universe stuff too in there that wasn't at the show, but the same day, like today, it went up for pre-order. So I'm going to go into all of that. But see you taking a look at all this stuff coming up. So I want to start with this Tron stuff. This is something that is a little surprising. This is going to be the Haslab, and I don't think that it's the greatest idea for Haslab, but I guess theoretically it's supposed to kick off making highly articulated 3.75 inch, 4 inch figures again for other franchises. In addition to this, it's just kind of like one that they're doing, and with that, I think I'm going to talk more about this on Wednesday. I think my Retro Wednesday video is going to be Tron, and I'm going to show what Super 7 did. But Super 7 already did this. But they were reaction. They were 3.75 inch figures. They had 5 points for articulation. But this is going to be $259, and you just get what's right here, which I think is a little bit steep. Well, a lot bit steep. But yeah, it's one of those things. Haslab has turned into a monster in a way. Also, they're going to be showing a new line. I believe these are going to be 6 inch. There's the new light cycle for the 6 inch line, I believe. Got to get more information on all of that. And then here are those said figures, and coming soon from Hasbro Pulse. But more information on this is going to be coming down the pipeline. And these figures look all right. The movie itself, I'm not sure how good it's going to be, or if it's going to make people excited and want to get into it. Also, there's a good picture of Warbo. Now, I'm not going to get into Marvel Legends in this video, except Warbo from Crystar, and I think he looks great. I think he looks fantastic, actually. And very excited about them doing Crystar, and I would just love it if they would just keep including a Crystar figure every so often until we get them all. And even if, hey, we just get the Crystal guys, that's great. If they throw the bad guys in too, that'd be great. I mean, but the Crystal guys, that's going to be an amazing looking shelf. Jada Toys coming out with some Scooby-Doo, and I have to say this, I mean, I've said it before, but we'll say it again as if it's the first time. I didn't even know I was a Scooby-Doo collector until I saw these, and I'm like, man, I gotta collect these. And these look fantastic. You're going to get the bad guys from each episode too, along with the good guys. Fantastic looking figures. And see, and this is what I like. I like the real stuff. I'm kind of getting sick of looking at renders, which we're going to look at some renders today, but this is real. As real as it gets. Jada also showing off some more Street Fighter, which doesn't look like they're moving that far, that much. And anyway, if you're into all of this, there you go. I'm going to get to the point where I think I'm just picking and choosing with the Street Fighter stuff, just the characters that mean something to me. And I guess when you collect, that's what it really needs to be. Because I'm not interested in the Akuma figure, but I am interested in Balrog. I really like him. I remember him from back in the day. And that's just the way I look at it. And it is what it is. Also, Frosty the Snowman. That's a $50 set right there. So it's kind of expensive. Used to all this stuff being pretty reasonably and affordably. And yeah, it's getting expensive on that front. Alright, so there's some Masters Universe stuff. This is the Masterverse figures. Got 3 figures coming out, and it's going to be Mosquitor, Mantenna, and He-Man. The Anti-Eternia He-Man. Look at Mosquitor. I think he does look pretty cool. It's a good-looking figure. And see, and this is one that I believe is sort of expensive in the Classics line, but I might be wrong on that. I just feel like it's not an easy one to get in the Classics line. Am I right? Am I wrong? Still, I pre-ordered it because I don't have one at all in that scale, and it's a lot of fun. So that's pretty cool. Also, the Mantenna here, I think that they did it right by having 4 legs, and yeah, good looking figure overall. He's got some stuff. His eyes can dangle out and all that. That's how it should go. I did not pre-order the Anti-Eternia He-Man. I just don't know why they feel we need it. It's so weird, but at the same time, I guess they want to make use of the mold. They want to have a He-Man on the shelf or whatever available for sale. Then they also are pushing the cartoon collection. This stuff for pre-order BBTS also. Probably other places too. But 2000X line, I will say this. I'm just going to say this about these guys. They look way better than the original 2000X figures that I have almost the whole set. I'm probably just a handful of figures shy of having them all. And with that, I'm not impressed with those. A couple of them look cool. I like some of what they did. But this matches the cartoon and looks really good. Of course, you know me, and I'm a cartoon guy. Like, I like my stuff to look like it walked out of the cartoon. Some people feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing. Here we go with, what is this? Stratos. I think he does look pretty good. And this cartoon look is what I like. And I said at first I wasn't going to buy these because I really don't want to have... What is this, like a 4th or 5th or 6th line? Because they keep coming out with all these crossovers and stuff. Beastman and another one that I wouldn't have thought I'd wanted, but I like it. I think it looks pretty good. So I've done a good job here. I'm not even up to date on the standard cartoon stuff, let alone into this stuff, but it does look good. So you can go pre-order this stuff at BBTS if you're interested in it. I have not. I might roll the dice and hope for a Ross Con deal. Or Ollie's. But here's the He-Man, which looks good. I personally feel like they're not really the 2000X designs, and they're more just how much can we reuse from the regular stuff. I might be wrong on that, though. Don't really care. I don't really care. But here it is. Maybe that's why I like them so much. Maybe they're just the regular cartoon ones with just a little bit of flair added to them, and they're just slapping the 2000X on there. That might be right. Anyway, I like this one here. And Triclops. I'm just going to throw this picture in here of Nycc. And Nycc, this stuff's up for pre-order, the Star Trek stuff, according to TNI News. And there was a lot of this on display. A lot of the pictures were just like one random picture here and there. So I'm not really too into all of that. Not too worried about it. But yeah, I think that these look good. If you're into collecting this, I'm probably not. I'll say probably not. I'm not going to be collecting these. But I will enjoy looking at these pictures and stuff as we go. One of the biggest events was G.I. Joe and the classified stuff here. I like pretty much all these characters. I'm not too concerned about the Mole Rat Stage 2. We've seen some renders of this. This is actual figures in actual packaging, in actual boxes. And so what I'm going to do is just try to go and show better pictures than what we've seen. So here is the Big Lob figure. And I think that Big Lob looks good, but doesn't look like Big Lob. I just feel like the head's off. Big Lob's kind of got a longer face. I kind of feel like the Super 7 3.75-inch figure is closer to Big Lob than this. But at the end of the day, it's classified. So when they say, hey, we don't want it to be exactly like the vintage, it means that they just do whatever they want. And I'm sure we would prefer it. But I don't think it's a bad figure. And I'm definitely going to get one. Getting into Night Viper, I think Night Viper is one of the coolest figures from the vintage line. And it's one of those that I had as a kid and loved the heck out of Night Viper. And as an adult, I've got like 6 of the vintage ones. So I'm definitely going to get in on this. I won't be troop building this, though. A lot of people probably will. But probably the coolest looking troop builder out there. And I really like the colors that they made these figures. And with that, it looks great. Like, they've done a fantastic job with it. It feels so retro, but you can tell it's a little bit modernized at the same time. But yeah, definitely an awesome updated figure. Really like it. Get into Hit and Run. Hit and Run wasn't one of my favorites back in the day, but I think they did it justice. They did the character justice. It looks fine to me. I don't have a huge tie to it, so it's like, yeah, it sort of matches the vintage figure in a way, and it's got some updated gear and all that. So I'm not super excited about it. Many other people really are, though, so I don't want to harsh anyone's mellow or mellow anyone's harsh. And then here we go with Lifeline, and this is a good looking picture. We're gonna see all these again with pictures from the show, but I think it looks great overall. Let's get into the exclusive. We'll say this, that I am shocked. I will give Hasbro a lot of credit for this. They actually have enough of this for anyone to get them that wants them. Yes, you got to pay the $50 to be a premium member. I don't really buy Haslabs anymore. That was my excuse to get the premium, but my excuse really is to get these exclusives, to know I'll get them. And then the other excuse is that I probably shipped now 25 things that I bought. Everything I'm shipping like one item at a time. so I can really feel like I got my $50 worth. Is that a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing. Even if you put like 6 things in an order, they're going to ship it out to you as it arrives anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But Pythona looks fantastic. I like the standard face. I'm not a big fan of that crazy looking face they made on her. Although it does look crazy. I would probably just keep her as subdued. I liked her when, you know, of course she does some bad as can be stuff. But I liked her just being pretty cool and talking about, you know, just when she was doing her talking and her calmness, and you just knew what she was capable of, but she didn't have to show it all the time. And here's another picture showing the box and all the stuff that's load out. Anyhow, I think they did her right. She looks amazing. I have to say, I think they did a way better job on her than they did on Nemesis Enforcer, Nemesis Immortal, but I have a feeling Nemesis Immortal is going to get a kind of a retro card. And we've got the Cobra Law Royal Guard that should be coming in the future. So they're really decking all this out. And either you love it or you hate it on the Cobra Law stuff. But I think this looks good. I feel like he's too bulky, but I kind of also feel like that's just what it looks like with the slide, and most people looking at it at a bit of an angle. But it looks like his thighs are too bulky. He's just too bulky. I would have thought, I just think of these as real thin characters. Am I wrong? Speaking of thin characters, female Crimson Guard. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. They're trying to work in the female Buck wherever they can, and I'm sure it's going to be a rework of all the other female figures that they've used. It's just my thought process, but I can't prove it, so it is what it is. They're also showing the, I guess you call it, name-only reveal. It's not even a render. They call these name-only reveals, but Crazy Legs should be coming, which is, to me, not the most exciting figure. Like, I wasn't very excited about the vintage one. Not too excited about this. But still, it's not a bad selection either. Just that's my own personal thoughts. And then trying to round out the lame 10 is Zap, which I'm just saying, Zap looks cool. Zap's all right. He's a decent figure. I'll probably get it, but I'm definitely not paying what the 2-pack that costs like an exorbitant amount. Now, let's get into looking at some in-hand real-world stuff. That we have the actual figure for Lifeline looking pretty good. I think they did a good job on it. I'm okay with it. It's just interesting seeing all this stuff in modernized 6-inch form. And there he is. Then we have the hit and run figure looking pretty good. I actually think the figure looks better than the render. And sometimes the figures don't look as good as the render. Sometimes they look worse. These are both, I think, improvements from where they were with the render process. Seeing them in 3D is a lot more fun. And then Big Lob, I don't know, his face looks a little longer from this angle. So from this angle, it looks like it might be closer to what I was expecting out of a Big Lob figure. But still going to be tough. Like, I'm going to have it in hand. But I still think it's a good figure. I like how he can pawn that basketball, too. And then this just, I mean, this is the best work they've done, is on the Night Viper. Part of it is that I like the Night Viper. And so part of it is that they gave it a nice classic look. They didn't try to go stupid with it and crazy over the board. And yeah, looks great. Very, very pleased. Now we're going to get into Haslab 2.0. This is not a Haslab. They're going to use the body, the molding, some tooling for the Haslab and make it into the Arctic Assault, his tank. And I guess I'm wondering if they're going to throw this figure in, if this is going to be included. People speculate the price point is going to be around 200. Nobody knows the price point. They're speculating 200. Bare bones, stripped down. You're just going to get what you get here, and no extra tiers and all that stuff. Do you get one figure with it? Probably, because this vehicle is probably going to command a figure. And what figure would you give them? Is just another figure that we already have several of, or just a rework of that one. But nobody knows all the details because it was just announced and they didn't go too deep into it. And then you're going to have 30 days to order it. And they're going to tell you when those 30 days are. And at the end of the 30 days, then orders are closed. And then you get billed for it when it shows up in a year or so. So I think that's the right way to do it. That's a good way to do it. And it's a tasty way to do it. So I'm going to save some stuff for Sunday, of course. But, NECA had a presence there. They've got stuff going on. And so we'll get into some more of that good stuff and talk about a little bit about NECA tomorrow. And then we've got this mask, and I am a little bit on the disappointed side just because of the price. I mean, seriously, if it wasn't for the price, I'd just be ecstatic about all this. But they were showing all this stuff off at their booth, and I mean, they look good. Having collected the vintage stuff for about 13 or 14 years now, I feel some kind of way about getting modern versions of these, but at the same time, I feel a different kind of way about the price. I was just hoping they'd be affordable, a little bit cheaper, but they still all look good. I think they did a decent job so far. Until people get them in hands, find out how well they work. They didn't seem like they were super well made when they did kind of those demos where they promoted it and they opened like an unboxing by the ocean or something. It was kind of that was a fun video, but I didn't think that the stuff looked that great. Here's some more stuff that they've got going on, and with that, we got the loyal subjects and the mask and some other stuff that was there also. Lastly, I want to show the Ramen Toy booth at NYCC, and they say this is set up at the Javits Center, NYCC Javits Center, the 9th through 12th. So I feel like more stuff's going to come down the pipeline, and more stuff from other companies are going to be out. But I do like the carded figures that they're doing for the mask. I do like, obviously that whole Musk sewer set looks amazing. It's very solid. And I like everything that they got going on. They have great products. They're doing a great job. And with that, I'm not into all of it, but the stuff that I do buy, I'm very happy with. So I think it all looks great. And I think they're sold out of all this on Nowhere Toys, the exclusive stuff. All right, so let me know what you think about all of this news so far. A lot more news to come on Sunday. It's just kind of like an appetizer. It's a little bit like foreplay. It's a little bit of work, and it's still a lot of fun. Like, subscribe. Turn your finger out.